Hello, Eric.
Hello, Rob.
Hello, Alan.
Hello, Rob.
So we didn't scare you off. This game wasn't frightening, overwhelming. Rhino wasn't beating you up too hard. You came back to do part 2 with us.
We already got him halfway down, so he's a cream puff. Let me tell you, the green puff. He was
Oh, I'm gonna love this dynamic. Eric, what's your thought about where we are right now?
I'm feeling pretty good. This game runs better with 3 people. It is, I mean, we got hit hard, and Rhino is hitting us hard. He is not a cream puff, even though he's technically the weakest villain in the game. But with 3 people, it's a lot. I'm having a better time because there are 3 things you have to worry about. You have to worry about attacking the villain. Yep. You have to worry about threats on the scheme, and you have to worry about staying alive. And with 3 people, you can sort of delegate as it goes along. And if you get a bad hand for one, then someone else is able to fill in the gap. So I mean, I'm actually feeling okay. I mean, it still could go wrong. I'm not saying that. We have gotten beaten up in this game many times. For me to say, oh, it'll all be fine. That's when Ronan comes in and pounds you into the ground in 1 round.
Well, it certainly could go bad. But if we take a little look here at what we are doing, so we have defeated the first stage of Rhino. And so now he's out with a tough, so he's gonna soak up the first instance of damage we do. He also still has this enhanced ivory horn, which is doing +1 damage. So we just need 3 physical resources to discard that as an action. No way that that's gonna, be out of reach or anything. We do have the breaking and taking side scheme back, which is going to give us 1 extra encounter phase encounter card during the villain phase. So instead of all of us getting 1, the first player is going to get a second one. He's got his 40 hit points. We've got 4 threat on the main scheme. Out of 21, honestly, I don't think that's that bad. We do got some minions out. So as a reminder, we've got the Hydra Bomber here in front of Spider-Man. He just takes 2 damage. He doesn't do anything particularly ongoing. Eric, you have Shocker.
Yeah.
Who also, he's
and
just
I was
a free...
saying, Shocker is a bit of a letdown in this game. Shocker is usually one of Spider-Man's tougher villains. And the only thing that keeps him from being too tough is that he generally doesn't want to do anything particularly evil. Shocker's one of those villains that I'm going to steal money, and it's like, are you going to blow up the world? No, I like the world. I keep my stuff here, and so he's out of A tier simply because he has very low goals. But
yes,
usually he's tough, and this Shocker is. I mean, he's not a pushover, but he's not horrible.
I don't recall if in one of the Spider-Man sets there is another version of Shocker. I think there might be. I don't know if he's any tougher in that though, or maybe the designers just think he's a little bit of a nothing.
No love for Shocker. I guess.
All right, so it looks like Alan with Spider-Man has Mjolnir, which means that
Nope. Last time, I remember last game, I was the last one to go, and then we ended. So you have to take first player before we start up.
All right. Well, that stinks because I don't remember what my hand looked like or what I was going to do this turn. So we got a tough to ping off of him. We've got 4th threat over here. I've got an arrow that does 6 damage. I got Jessica Jones. Mockingbird. Villain schemes. 6 star from the main. That doesn't seem
Yeah,
to
your
be good
hand kind of
either.
sucks this round, Rob.
I'm sorry?
Your hand sucks.
Yeah,
You got a bad one here.
it kind of does. So, I think
Do you want to be able to draw a card? All you have to do is ask.
so if I drew a card, that would let me use my arrow and put Jessica Jones into play, or do something cooler with the card I drew. So, are you going to do something that lets me draw a card?
Yes, I will exhaust Adventurous Mansion and give you a card to draw.
Well, thank you very much. I think by the rules, I was supposed to ask if you would do that, and then there
You
we go.
did. You said, "Are you going to do that?" So that is, you did ask it.
Okay. Okay, so this will do 3. This does
Oh, wow.
6, but okay.
You could get
All
rid of
right.
some minions. With
So
that.
here's how this is going to happen. Hawkeye is gonna step on up and just sort of like slap Rhino in the face for, was it 1 point? 2 points.
2
Unfortunately,
points.
Rhino is tough, and that's gonna eat that up. But that's okay. We knew that was gonna happen. So the next thing that happens is I'm going to use Expert Marksman to pay for Explosive Arrow, exhausts Hawkeye's bow and choose a player, deal 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that player. I am So I was going to use it on the shocker just because that doesn't waste a point.
Correct.
Alan, are you comfortable with leaving the bar around a little bit?
He only does 1 point of damage. He's fine.
All right.
He's fine.
All right. So I am going to deal 3 damage. Choose a player. I'm going to choose Eric. Deal 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that. I'm going to come over
All
here.
right. So I'm going to throw out Shocker while you do that.
That is correct. All right. So now I can't do
That's
the
a card well
arrow.
spent, I think.
You think so?
Yeah. You can't do
Okay.
what? Are you a card
I can't
short
do
again?
everything I want to do now.
Yeah.
I'm not.
All right.
Yeah, all right. So I'm going to use Mockingbird, Swift Retribution, and Crisis Averted. And can you believe it, Eric? I am putting an ally into play.
Okay.
So she's going to get +1 thwart for each side scheme. And so she is going to exhaust to thwart for 2 on breaking and taking.
Okay.
And then sadly, I think that is all I can do this turn, which is a little disappointing. I will pass it off to Eric.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Carol Danvers' ability to draw a card. So I'll draw a card, and I get, why did you have to tempt me like this game? So I have a lot of things I want. I have a lot of things I can use to buy things with, but I don't know if it all works out. I have the Quinn Carrier, which gives me a resource, and I have the Helicarrier, which reduces the cost. of a resource. I have the power of all of us that counts 2 for either the Quinn carrier or the power of all of us. So I have to, and then I have strength that also counts 2. Oh wow, this is a lot to figure out. And I can recover 4. That would get me. Yeah, okay.
It almost feels like Danvers is like is a complex character to play. I would say it's a hard character to play. You have a lot of choices here.
Well, this particular deck is designed to generate resources. And that's one thing you can do with Carol Danvers. You can generate resources. Another build of a Carol Danvers deck is just to hit really hard and use her regeneration. Regeneration to get that. So that would be 2 and 1, and that would put that out. And then that would be 2, and then I could use that, put that out.
One of the things I do enjoy this game while Eric is doing math.
Okay.
Oh, you set?
All right, let's do this. I want to hear what you enjoy about the game first.
It's the variety of builds. And so with every character having their 15 character cards, they always feel a little bit same, but with the different aspects and the deck building, you can have very different flows and feels with the same characters. And it's just I like the versatility in this game a lot.
I'm going to use the power of all of us to put out the helicarrier. The power of all of us, and all right, I did the math wrong. Okay, so we're going to put this back out for a second. I'm first going to exhaust Carol Danvers to heal up 4.
Didn't you already exhaust her to draw?
So the difference here, Carol Danvers has abilities, but the abilities don't exhaust. The only time you exhaust is when you use something that's in a little star symbol. So recover 4, that exhausts. The actual abilities on the card, you don't tap the character, and that is hard to get your head around. But I'm gonna heal up 1, 2, 3, 4. That gets me 1 away. I'm gonna then flip over to Captain Marvel. I'm then going to use the Triskelion for the printed ability on Captain Marvel on this side, spend a resource and heal 1 damage from Captain Marvel, and then draw a card. So the Triskelion goes
an energy resource.
Yep.
Able to draw a card.
So I draw a card. This is all about drawing cards. Oh, Psionic Blast. That is something I was looking for. Okay, so now I'm going to spend Strength. And I'm going to spend Crisis Interdiction, which I don't like spending. But that's the way this works out, to put out the helicarrier. I'm then going to tap the helicarrier to make a card cheaper and use the power of all of us to put out the Quinn carrier. And I'm not going to be able to use the Quinn carrier this round. So, Alan, if you need an extra resource, that is available to you. And then I am going to, well, we'll see. I'm going to use Energy Absorption to play Sonic Blast, which does 5 damage to the enemy. And that also allows me to draw a card. And I get Crisis Interdiction. You bloody bastard. Which I am exactly one short of. And I was hoping to get more minions out here, but I don't have, or more allies out. But I don't, and I want to save Ironheart to take a hit. So that, unfortunately, is the end of my turn. If you need an extra resource, it's available for you, Alan, because I have the Quinn Carrier doing nothing.
I was going to ask that as a game mechanics question. So you have one resource floating that I could just take, right?
Oh wait, I wanted. Can I mulligan this a little bit, Rob? Rob, he's gone. I wanted to pay for the helicarrier with the Quinn Carrier, not the other way around. And the reason I want to do this is the Quinn Carrier I can't share, but the helicarrier I can.
Can you hear me, Eric?
I can hear you.
Or you can hear me.
I can't hear Rob.
No, I can't hear
Rob. No one, neither of us can hear Rob.
No,
so I don't know if we're still streaming.
Well, it says
what's going on with Rob.
Ow. Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Yes, we can.
There we go. Just again had to unplug and replug my microphone on.
Okay.
So on your turn, you can ask other players to do things that are actions. Or specifically play cards from your hands or use cards in play that have the keyword action on them. So the Quinn Carrier, if you take a look at it, Eric, could you alt on it? So it says resource, exhaust Quinn Carrier to generate a wild resource. So Eric couldn't use this out of turn. Whereas the helicarrier, it actually reads action, exhaust helicarrier, choose a player, reduce the resource cost of the next card that player plays this phase by 1. So you can't really usually spend resources on other players, but the helicarrier's action can be used out of turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so,
which is why I wanted to do it in a slightly different order so that I had that for you.
Right.
So I have the ability to make a card cheaper for you.
I don't think I'm going to need it, actually.
All right. Well, that's fine.
So Eric, are you set?
I am set.
I've
done everything I can do.
All righty then. Let's see. I do want to do. What do I want to do? I don't know what I want to do. I think I'm going to. Well, I think the first thing I'm going to do is 2 strength here. I'm going to spin this, and I'm going to do a swinging web kick that deals 8 damage to the enemy.
Very nice.
So let me get over to this dude. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's one thing. Zoom in again. And what I want to do here, I think I'm going to spend Spider Ham and Warrior of the Great Web and put out this guy. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Excellent.
So I think I'm gonna do this guy here, put out this guy.
While you're doing that, I'm going to say hello to Bill. It's good to see you again. Welcome back, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
It's been a while since we've seen Bill. He is. Welcome back, Bill. Bill was here for us when we were getting beaten up by eldritch horrors.
Yeah, because Spider-Ham, I mean, I love Nathan Lane, but we're gonna take a break.
No problem.
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna read this card here because this says, what does it say? When defeated, ask SPRT or hand if she was defeated by taking excess consequential damage. Shoot. So I just wanted to use her for thwarting this scheme, but then I don't think that that ability would.
Nope,
factor.
that would.
It would?
That actually would. So consequential damage is the damage you take on the little stars by actions. So for instance, if Spider attacks, she would do one damage and take one consequential damage. But if you thwart, she'd do 2 thwart and take 2 consequential damage. Then that 2 consequential damage would defeat her because she has a health of 2.
Right.
And so she'd be defeated, and then add Spider to your hand if she was defeated by taking... Oh, okay. So excess. So you'd have to like attack once and then thwart with her the next turn for that to work, because it has to be in excess of the damage, not as much damage, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd rather just thwart that scheme now. I don't think it's worth it to...
The side scheme, the extra,
Yeah, so I'm going to thwart the side scheme for 2. She goes down, but the side scheme, I think, then goes away, right?
That is correct, and thank you very much for doing that, because we don't like those cards.
Now for Spike... go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the encounter cards are the worst part of this game. They just ruin your day. But...
Spidey, I'm getting a little... I want to... I think I'm going to attack Hydra Boomer for 2.
Fair enough.
And then I'm going to switch back to Peter Parker.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm getting low.
Yeah, that's fair.
And with that, I think that I am done.
All right.
Except after a web warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws a card. So.
Oh, was he a web warrior ally? He was a web warrior ally.
Yep.
Christmas bonus.
And that could be you. You're the last player, so that's not.
So who wants a card?
I don't.
Could anybody? Well, I guess
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't even.
It doesn't matter. It's just gonna end up being.
Oh, it's my last card.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, you picked up the whole deck. No, he picked up the whole deck.
Picked up the whole deck.
He flipped over the whole deck.
Did? Oh, I did.
Yes, he did.
Stop.
Oh. How did I pick up the whole deck?
You
if
held
it's
on
a
too long.
click, it's the whole deck.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
No, I have Ghost Spider.
That was not useful.
Yeah, no, I can't really do anything.
You can generate. Well, let's see. Yeah, that is 1 too high. You could have generated a resource as Peter Parker, and I could have given you a resource, but it's still 1 too high.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
Unfortunate.
Well, in that case, I am really done.
Yeah. All right. So I was the first player, and that means it's time for the villain phase. So the first thing that's going to happen is 3 threat is going to come to the main scheme, bringing us to a total of 7. So then Rhino is going to start activating. It's going to act. No, actually, before that happens, we're going to ready our cards and draw up our hands.
And draw up.
Peter
and
Parker.
Remember, you get a slightly larger hand with Peter Parker.
I do. Aunt May, I've been waiting for you all game.
And she only costs 1. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Part of my deck. So that need me some Aunt May.
Got a really weird deal this round. That is strange. All right.
Ooh, and I got another green web kick. That's nice. It's a good draw.
That is. All right. So we already added 3 to the main scheme. So now Rhino is going to activate starting with me. I kind of don't. Well, I'm at my full health. He's going to attack for 4+. Ugh. Oh, well, Jessica. It was lovely knowing you. Yeah. She's going to defend. Draw a boost card. No additional damage, but that still would have been a lot. So Jessica is defeated. Right? There are no other... Yeah. All right. So Eric. Rhino is going to attack
Ironheart's going
you.
to defend against it. Deal a boost card. We just don't want some overkill here. No additional damage, but that puts Ironheart out of action.
All right. Alan, you are, however, in alter ego form. So instead of attacking, Rhino is going to scheme. His base scheme is 1. You still draw a boost card. So if you want to go ahead and do that, there's no defending for a scheme. And 2 extra icons on that one. So he's going to scheme for a total of 3. Do we have anything that prevents that? I don't think so.
No, not really.
All right. So that brings...
Gotta watch the scheme in these games. It gets on you so quick.
Sure. But we got some room here. All right. 10 out of 21. So yeah, we need to work on that a little bit. Then I guess we go to encounter. No. Oh, we did take care of all the minions. All right. So I get a card. Eric?
I get a card.
There we go. All right. So I get a Hydra Bomber. Choose to either take 2 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. I'll take the damage. That's fine. Eric?
All right. I get Criminal Past.
Ooh.
You may flip to alter ego. Choose exhaust. Oh, this is Clint Barton. Exhaust
Yep, so
Clint
you
Barton
give that to
remove this
me.
card from the game. Yeah. I didn't know Clint Barton was a criminal. That's
Oh yeah, because he's a carny or
I
something.
didn't know that.
So I could discard the bow and discard this obligation. Now that's not the worst thing because Clint's special powers is spend a resource to get the bow back.
Discard Hawkeye's bow from play. But that's not remove it from the game. Okay.
Does it say from play?
Yeah,
Oh.
It says discard. It says discard Hawkeye's bow from play.
Oh, from play. Okay, so if it was in his hand, I couldn't do
Not
that.
from the game.
Right, because so the other one exhausts Clint Barton, remove this card from the game. So this means I could only discard the bow is if it was in play. So it gives me the option of flipping to alter ego form. I'm going to do that. I will then discard the bow from play. And that allows me to discard this card. But it could come back. All right.
Me?
Yep.
What do we got? What is this? When revealed, discard each resource from your hand. If you discard no card this way, this card gains surge.
All right.
Oh,
oh no!
Aunt May!
Oh, Aunt May! Oh, that is mean. This game is mean sometimes.
Aunt May!
It just killed Aunt May for no reason.
Well, that was a bummer.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Yeah,
All right.
next round is going to be harsh. I can. Next round is going to be hard.
Well,
All right.
speaking of next round, why don't you take the first player token?
Okay. I got a really weird set of cards, but I think I can make this work. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to exhaust the helicarrier and exhaust the Quinn carrier. Oh no. Oh no, that doesn't work. Okay. The helicarrier has to stay that way. I am going to exhaust Avengers Mansions to draw one extra card. And I get Spider-Woman. Ooh, I like Spider-Woman, and I like confusing the villain, but no. Okay, so now I am going to play Make the Call. Make the Call has a 0 cost, and you play the printed cost of an ally in a player's discard pile and put that ally into play. I know what you're thinking, Rob. He's going to play Nick Fury.
That is what I'm thinking.
But I have a surprise for you, because I am not going to play Nick Fury. I am going to play Maria Hill. And I am going to exhaust the Quinn carrier. And
oh, yep.
Yep. And I will play, we'll say Crisis Interdiction. That's what we're going to do there. And put Maria Hill out. All players get to draw a card.
Yay.
So that means I get to draw a card. And I unfortunately now have to reshuffle. Or do I have to reshuffle, or
not
do I wait till I draw?
Not till you draw.
Not till I draw. Okay. That works. So we all get to draw a card. And then I am going to play Make the Call again. And I am going to play Spider-Woman. Energy Channel. I hate doing that. Crisis Introduction and Snow to this time play Nick Fury. I just said I wasn't going to play him with that first one.
I followed along.
Now, Nick Fury. When Nick Fury comes into play, I can remove 2 threat from a scheme. That doesn't seem useful because he can remove 2 on his own. Or I can draw 3 cards or deal 4 damage to an enemy. I do have something that reduces the cost. Yep. We're going to. This is going to hurt. We're going to flip our deck. Shuffle. When you reshuffle, you have to deal yourself an encounter card. This is why this round is going to be brutal. And I am going to draw 3 cards. Okay. That is interesting.
Wow.
That is interesting, yet useless. Wow. I have so much in it. I have so much here.
You almost deserve that.
Wow, that was what a waste of Nick Fury. Oh my God, that was awful. I mean, this is awesome. This was an awesome set of cards if I had one bloody other card. Well, no mulliganing that one. I made my choice. And so I now have people out here. I am worried about threat. So I am going to use, whoop, I did not mean to do that. I am going to use Carol Danvers to thwart for 2. I'm going to use Nick Fury to thwart for 2. And I'm going to use Maria Hill to thwart for 2.
Oh, wow.
All right.
And that will calm things down a little bit. Both Nick Fury and Maria Hill take collateral damage. And as before, if anyone needs to reduce the cost of a card, I have that ability. I can reduce the cost of a card by 1. So you got hit last time, so maybe you would want that. It's up to you.
All right.
And
Alan,
Alan, it is your turn.
Alrighty then.
Really should have done that 4 damage. Wow, that was awful. That was the game punishing me. I've never seen this game just come back and say, Eric, you're being greedy, and I'm going to punish you by giving you everything you wanted. This is like Brewster's Millions. I just got all the money in the world and nothing to spend it on.
So I think I'm going to spend combat training, smash the problem, and ghost spider and do a spinning web kick for 8 damage. And then I'm going to ask my good friend Eric for 1 point so I can put out my web shooter.
I can give you that.
So I think that is how I'm going to spend these cards. So I'm going to do a spinning web kick.
So there's a slight order of operations problem here.
Okay.
Because spinning web kick is a hero action.
Yep. So let me reset all my cards. So in
that
case,
you don't actually need that extra resource because Peter Parker himself generates a resource. So you can put that out without me.
So you're right. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to use Peter Parker's resource. I'm going to spend 1 point and put up my web shooters. Okay. I get 3 counters on there. Sorry. I'm still a novice.
Learning.
I'm a novice. Mm-hmm. Now, I actually, though,
yep.
I think I want to heal myself a little bit.
Yes, you do.
So what is it
for?
So
3 recover 3.
Right.
3.
So because you're using a basic action, one of the ones in the stars, you do have to exhaust to do that. And this is the right thing to do. And then you recover a number of points equal to your recover rating, which in this case 3.
Yep, did that.
And yeah.
But then I can't do my web kick, can I?
Yes, you can because the web kick doesn't have the cost of exhausting. You couldn't use a basic attack, but you can play cards.
In that case, I will spend everything. Do a spinning web kick for 8 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down to 16. That's good. Then, with Scarlet Spider's last action on this Earth, since thwart is already pretty low, I'm going to hit him for another 2.
Perfect.
But that will end Scarlet Spider.
All right.
But now,
wait.
Yep.
Because a Web Warrior left play, I get to draw a card.
So before you do this,
yes,
I'm gonna point out that you do have an opportunity to spend 2 points. So never mind.
So I draw a card. What is this? Oh, it's
one thing, Rob or Alan, not Rob. I'm used to only playing with Rob. When you shuffle your deck, you have to deal yourself an encounter card.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that was coming. I knew. I was at the end, Eric. I'm going to get my smack in the face. Yeah. So I think with that, though, I'm done because I need 4 for my web shooter, which I can do next round. And I think that's it for me.
All right. So let's take a look here. 14 damage. 14 health. So I got a vibranium arrow, which does 6. I got blindfold, who does 0. And I got a quiver. Crap. I do not have enough to just end this by any means. So, all right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my weapon of choice, spend 1 resource of any type, search your deck and discard pile for Hawkeye's bow and add it to your hand. So let's use blindfold to do that. And we're going to...
It was right on the top.
It was right on the top.
You just put blindfold on top of it.
All right. So now the bow itself costs 0. That's back in play. Now. So I'm still feeling okay about the threat.
I can give you a resource, Rob.
Yeah. I don't think I need it, sadly. We need more cards, but let's... Okay. So we're going to spend Crisis Averted in order to put out Hawkeye's Quiver. So Hawkeye's Quiver, I can exhaust Hawkeye's Quiver, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an arrow event, and then attach it face up to this card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 damage. That's 3 threat.
Confusing the enemy isn't bad.
Yeah. All right. Then I think I have to reshuffle. So I'm going to put that here to show it's under the... Now. All right. So then we'll go into Clint. I'm going to spend 2 from strength to play the vibranium arrow, exhaust the bow, deal 6 damage to an enemy. Let's do it to Rhino. Brings him down to 8.
Yeah.
Then
wow.
That was there. Then I will right. So then I will exhaust Hawkeye to ready the bow. I will use Expert Marksman to generate a resource for an arrow event. I will spend Under Surveillance. This should be exhausted. That will let me play the Sonic Arrow, exhaust the bow, confuse an enemy, and deal 3 damage.
Oh, it's so close.
I know, and I don't want to say things and jinx this.
Yeah, I mean, if I feel bad because I was focusing on threat, and I think if I just pounded on him, I know if I just pounded him, it would have ended the game. But
yeah,
hindsight, I guess.
I think though, even with any of the healing cards I've seen, it's not going to do that much. I think we're okay. I think we're okay, but let's find out. And
All right, ready.
Yeah.
Ready cards. And so Rhino attacks me first, but he's confused.
Let's draw our hands first.
Oh no.
Oh, right.
Next time this would thwart or scheme. Oh no, that's thwart or scheme.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we really want stunned, but
stunned would have made life a lot easier.
well, so we're doing 5 damage.
Yep.
All right. Is everyone drawn up?
Yep.
All right. So now let's do the attack on Captain Marvel.
Okay. So here's the question. I have the most hit points. Do I just tank this and then use my 2 allies to defend you guys?
You can't see me nodding, but I'm nodding.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to tank this attack. Hopefully this won't be too horrible. I'll deal a boost card. Oh no, encounter deck. We have to shuffle the encounter deck too. This has a star. If the villain is making an undefended attack, place 1 threat on the main scheme. Fine. 1 threat.
All right. Did we add the 3
good
for the start of the turn?
What? No, you
did we
not.
add the 3? Yeah.
No, you did not.
Let's bring it up to an 8 total.
All right. So he does 3 damage, right? +1. No, he does 4.
Yeah. 3 + 1, so that's 4 damage.
Yeah, he is hitting hard. All right, so that's it for me. And now we have to shuffle the encounter deck for Alan.
Not yet, though. Oh, yes. Yes, we do. Well, so first, he's attacking Spider-Man, so Spider-Man gets to draw a card.
Yes.
So now, do you want to defend?
Nick Fury is going to take this one.
All right. So Nick Fury is going to take this. We're going to shuffle the encounter deck. We're going to bring out an acceleration token as a consequence thereof. So draw a boost card for his attack that's now coming
at me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this does a ton of damage. That would have hurt, but Nick Fury boldly stands in the
I'm
way.
sure it hurts. It just hurts Nick and not
it hurts Nick Fury. Nick Fury's used to it. All right, and that's that.
All right. And so now he's going to attack me. Would you care to defend for me as well?
I guess I will.
That's
Maria Hill will stand in the way. We'll deal another boost card. And this has just an acceleration. So Maria Hill sacrifices herself.
All right.
I don't know why that's not working anymore, but whatever. And that's the end of that. All right.
Now we draw encounter cards.
Technically, I'm supposed to draw first, but Alan beat me to it.
Sorry.
I don't think it really matters. All right, so my turn. I get 2 encounter cards. This could be bad. This is tense because we've got a lot of encounter cards out here. So the first one, Hydra Mercenary, Guard. Okay, so Hydra Mercenary. When this mission is engaged with you, you can't attack. So he is relatively weak, but he's preventing me from attacking.
Right. That reminds me, the Hydra Bomber hit me for 1, and I forgot to take it.
Okay. And then my second encounter card. Uh-oh. Family emergency. Give to Carol Danvers. I am Carol Danvers. You may flip to your alter ego. Choose. Exhaust count Carol Danvers. Remove family emergency from the game. Or you are stunned. This card gains surge. Discard the obligation. So I'll flip to Carol Danvers. And I will exhaust Carol Danvers. I will try to exhaust Carol Danvers, but I'm having some issues. There we go. I will exhaust. Whoa. Don't know what the heck happened there. I'll exhaust Carol Danvers and remove the card from the game. That's me. All right, Alan, you're up.
All right. So, well, that's not good.
That's okay. That's okay. So we're gonna, slide that right over here. It's gonna start with 3 plus 3 for the number of players. That's fine. We're gonna win this before
that. And then when revealed, Rhino heals 4 damage. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains surge.
All right, so he's back up at 9. That's still no problem at all. We have got this. We have got this. Because now I just have to resolve my card. Eviction notice. Give to the Peter Parker player. Okay. So this is a little more challenging because we're really counting on that spinning web kick.
Yep. So exhaust Peter Parker. Somebody discard. You may flip the alter, but
so
what surge?
I'm sorry.
Surge means you get another encounter card.
I'm going to discard a card and I'm going to roll the dice and do surge because I want to be able to do web kick. Right.
You can still do web kick if you become Peter Parker and exhaust. Because you don't need to exhaust to play swinging web kick. It's not part of the cost anywhere. And you'll be able to turn back into Spider-Man at the start of your turn.
Oh, that's fair. All right. I will do that.
All right.
All right.
So what happened there? So you exhausted Peter Parker, so we remove this from the game.
Oh.
All right. So,
all right. Take the first player, Alan.
Oops.
Nope, you're not ready.
No. I did the wrong thing. Oh, wow. I guess that's it. Because then I'll just do a spinning web kick. I mean, there's no sense in beating around the bush, right? Yeah. I could just do a web kick, flip into Peter Parker, or flip into Spider-Man, spinning web kick, and that's 8 points.
Yep.
Oh. Except he has 9.
He has 9?
So
that's okay. There are 3 of us.
Oh, I was looking.
The threat on the scheme is 8. He has 9.
That's fine.
So yeah, I
don't need this. I don't think I will. Oops, sorry. Thank you.
Put it on your deck there.
I was. So 1. That's 1, 2, and 3. And with the let's see, what else do I want to do? So who goes next? So in that case, I will go all for it. I'll spend this. I will take that to 2, and I'll play this on you, giving you your attack.
All right. And that ends. So that brings Rhino down to 1, and then on my turn, just to appreciate you, I'm gonna just do an attack for 3 against the Rhino, which defeats him.
Yay!
Yay!
Congratulations!
Yeah. And we say this every time, but the end of these games are so anticlimactic. there needs to be something at the end to make it feel like, oof, we got him. One last push, and we finally made it. And it's like, no, the math just worked out.
But the math did work out. We were able to keep it together. It possibly took one turn longer than it needed to, but we were in a very strong position at that point. A lot of really bad cards would have had to come out to really get in the way of that. I think that for a run with a new player and frankly a couple idiots, I think that we did an admirable job.
This works much better with 3. This was so much smoother. Just because one of the problems of this game is becoming hyper focused.
Mm-hmm.
You focus on one thing and then something else slips out from your notice. And with having 3 players, you can do a little bit of hyper focusing and someone else picks up the slack. So thank you for being here, Alan.
Yes. My only problem with the 3 players, honestly, is that it does increase the play time. Fortunately for us, playing it online, playing it on Tabletop Simulator, where you can just save it, shut down the computer, and come back the next week, makes that not a problem at all. We have a lot more versatility. I kind of want to drag a 4th person in here sometime to see what that's like.
That would be fun.
Yeah. So yes, thank you. So now that you've gone through an entire game, the little warm up we did a couple weeks ago, we only went through the first stage before deciding we picked the wrong scenario to start teaching somebody with. What are your thoughts having played through a complete game of Marvel Champions, Alan?
It's a lot of fun. The cooperative nature is both fun and also there's less stressfulness to it. I guess there's less competitiveness. I mean, I've been in Magic the Gathering tournaments where people were throwing cards across the table. It's like, man, come on now. So those can be really competitive, and people can get irate, especially if you ever go to a tournament with Magic the Gathering. Man, those can be brutal. So this was nice in that we were all either going to win together or die together. So that's definitely a spirit to the game that you don't normally see in a lot of tabletop games. Normally it's mano a mano or team versus team, or there's a gang up or something. So this is definitely a different spin.
Yeah. I have enjoyed ever since co-op games started to come out, I've really enjoyed that as a mode of play. I don't mind getting cooperative or competitive from time to time. By all means, play plenty of cooperative, competitive games in my weekly groups. But it is nice to actually get to work together. A couple weeks ago, I played Marvel Dice Throne, and I really like the Dice Throne series of games. They're light but interesting. But I like, and I know it happens in all these, team ups, that the first thing that happens is the 2 superheroes fight each other before they discover that they're on the same side or whatever. But I just really struggle with, why are my Avengers fighting each other? They know each other by now. And so I like getting to be a part of a team, getting to work together, and getting to defeat a villain together.
Yeah. Like you said, Alan, this may not be the most intriguing video in streamers, and we appreciate the people who do come and listen to us be boring, and I hope we're at least somewhat entertaining to you. But the competitive games, it's just not as fun, especially like on a weeknight. You're just trying to relax.
Yeah.
And these games are a lot more fun. And I know the old joke about Risk is how much does it cost to buy Risk? And it's Risk costs $19.95 and every friendship you have. That's the price of Risk.
Yeah. This can be brutal on friendships.
All right, my friends. Well, thank you so much for playing along with me today. Thank all of you who did watch along. We do appreciate you. It does mean a lot to me, to all of us, that you are along for this ride. And I hope you continue with the ride next week when we're back trying to get Alan up to speed so that he is as only as incompetent as Eric and I are. Perhaps he will surpass us. Who knows? It wouldn't be hard to do. Thank you all for coming, and I hope you'll come back next time to watch us lose. Good night, everyone.